Yo guys, what's up? Shadow here and welcome to today's stream or video whenever you're gonna watch this. So, today I'm gonna jump into Monster Train. Actually, I've been playing this game since a few weeks now, like excessively. Actually, since the Easter weekend actually. And I freaking love it. It's a great game. If you have never played it, it's a deck building game, as they are called, I think, in where you are building a deck through a short run that contains several battles against bosses, each with their own little mechanics. And during your journey on a train, that's why it's called Monster Train, you build up your deck and you're trying to make your deck as good as possible to then defeat the final boss and win. And it's really fun. So I'm just, as an introduction, just in case, for people who have never actually seen the game. But hold on, I need to turn down the audio a little bit. It's really loud on my end. I think it shouldn't be too loud for you, but my goodness, for me it's brutal. There we go, that should be fine. Okay, so basically what you can do whenever you start a run, you have a choice between a primary and a secondary clan, or a primary and an allied clan. And you unlock these bit by bit. You'll start with the two clans here, the Hellhorned and the Awoken. And then you unlock these here as you play the game, just by completing certain objectives, by summoning a certain amount of units over all your games, etc, etc. And then there's another one, this clan over here, which I haven't reached yet. I'm gonna try to get towards this today. I will explain a little bit later what that is exactly. So, generally speaking, at the start of the run, you choose what your primary clan and your champion is. So, at the beginning of the game, as I said, you only have two clans and you only have your main champion. And then later on, when you level up that clan, as you can see, I'm at max level at this point, you unlock a secondary champion, or the exiled champion as it's called. And every champion comes with the champion, as you see. This is the creature on the left. So on the top left corner you can see it's costing 0 mana. That's actually the same with all the champions. It has an attack at the bottom left and some health at the bottom right. And then it has no abilities. That is because at the start of your run you get to choose between two upgrades for your champion. These are randomized. There's 3 possibilities that you can have for each champion. And so you can then start customizing your champion. And then also with your champion come a set of basic spells. So with this we get a bunch of torch spells which deal 2 damage. If we would choose this one, we will get the Shard-Tail Queen and a bunch of Queen's Implings, which have an effect that they deal 10 damage whenever they get summoned onto the battlefield. So you get a little bit of a preview what you start out with, but then during the run everything is pretty much randomized, so you cannot really tell from where you're going, from where you're starting to where you're going. But that's kind of the joy of this game, to adapt on the fly to the new situations. And then you also choose a secondary clan, and here again you have the a main and a secondary option, which you have to unlock later on. It's actually tied to this option. So if you have, for example, I've unlocked this one, you unlock them I think on level 5 on each clan. If you have that unlocked, you will also be able to select it as an allied clan, as secondary. And basically the allied clan just gives you the spell. So you don't get the champion from your allied faction, you just get the spell. So here you can kind of get like a basic combination going to what your playstyle is going to be. Then Covenant, that is basically a challenge mode. I'm going to start on this later on. But I think first I'm just going to do like a warm-up run. I'm just going to choose random clans because I do like them all pretty much equally. And it's sometimes a bit more of a challenge to not know what you're starting out with. So let's just depart and I'll explain along the way how this game works. Just again for the people who have never played this before. So, if you're interested about the story, it's a very basic story. Basically, the evil angel-looking dudes have extinguished the pyre of hell, a big, cool flame, and you have to reignite it because you have the last shard that is ignited of that hellpire on your train, and you try to bring it back to the center and reignite the whole thing. So that's why you have to protect this. You start out with 80 health. This goes up as you go along, and also your pyre has an attack, so if it's getting attacked, it can attack back. You get a little overview of 3 major boss battles, because these are kind of important because they have some major mechanics attached to them. We'll take a look at these as we go along, but yeah. So here I can see the random clans that I've been assigned. So it's the primary clan, it's the Hellhorned, and the allied clan is the Umbra. Interesting. Here we can always take a look at our deck. So we have the Shard Tail Queen with her imps. And then we have the Shade Splitter spell that is from the primary Umbra champion, and then you always start out your normal runs with 4 train stewards as creatures, because not every clan comes with creatures, so there are certain combinations of clans which you can end up with no other creatures than these train stewards, so that's why they're here. So yeah, the first thing that you do, as you can see, you go along the rail all the way down to the center. That's where you want to go, that's where you reignite the pyres of hell. And along the journey, everywhere there's where there's one of these things, that's where you want you're gonna have a battle. And then, as you can see, the road forks after every battle, and you basically have to choose where to go. And on each of these tracks, there's different rewards that you can get. So you have to kind of decide what is the best solution. Now, at the start, you have 2 things. They're always here, they're a bit randomized, so let's take a look at them. First is the Dark Forge, that upgrades our champion, so let's do that. So, again, once you open this up, you get a choice between 2 different upgrades. So either I could upgrade to the Royalty version, which gives me this effect here. It's kind of nice, this game. Whenever you hover over something, there's a nice little a pop-up tutorial that just gives you the detail on what it means. So rally means whenever a creature is played on the same floor as she is on, she gets plus 10 attack. That's pretty cool. Or we could get this, Resolve. Add a Queen's Impling, that's a card, to your hand, and imp units on the same floor as her cost 1 mana less. I do like that, and imp decks are pretty fun to play, so we're gonna go with that, and let's hope we are able to actually get this imp deck going. And the second thing that you always get at the beginning is a artifact. Now these are again random, and they can be chosen between a whole bunch of artifacts. So you could get something extremely good at the beginning that goes well with your deck, or you could get something like this. This is pretty random. In a imp deck, your the attack power is actually not that important, so that is not so good for us. The pyre health, the pyre attack damage, that is okay. You know what? I'm just gonna go with that for now. And after that, you can see the battle has just lit up, so that's where we go. And let's jump into this, and I'll explain how the battle works. So, whenever you go into a battle, you can see the boss that you will be fighting and his special units. So these are units that are gonna be specially summoned on this battle to support this guy. There's always some basic units that almost always get summoned, so you can just hover over them and see the descriptions, but we're gonna just take it as it comes. And then there's always a trial. These are optional things that you can activate. So, for example, if I activate this, all non-boss enemies get spikes, which means whenever I hit them, they deal damage to me. And if I manage to beat this level, despite this bonus, or this malice, I do get 75 additional gold. And with an imp deck, I have the feeling we should be able to do this, so we're gonna activate this and go right in. Right, here we go. So there's a little information what you're actually about to do. There we go. And the battle always starts normally with units entering on the bottom floor. So there's 3 major floors here, and then above that there is your pyre, the last shot of the pyre with the health and the attack damage. And basically how it works is when I end my round, I'm not going to do it now because I want to play some stuff, but if I end my round, combat is going to happen on each floor, from the top floor to the bottom floor, in this order. Then, after all that has been concluded, units that survive, enemy units that survive, will ascend 1 floor. And then they will fight again in the next round, and then they will ascend again. And if they fight up here and survive, they will go up to the pyre room and start attacking the pyre. That will happen instantaneously. So after they ascend, they just start attacking. Every unit gets to attack once, then the pyre attacks back, hitting all of them, and then they're gonna attack again until either the pyre dies or they do. So you do want to prevent this thing from taking damage, even though it can defend itself. But yeah. What else is there to say? These things here, these black pips, that basically means this is the capacity of each floor. So as you can see here, this creature has 2 yellow pips. That means if I summon this here, this will have 2 pips light up. That means I can only summon 1 more of these before the room is pretty much overfilled. If there's only 1 pip left here, I cannot play an additional 1 of these here. So there's creatures with different amounts of these. There's some with 1, there's some with 3 or more. So it's different. And yeah, you can see the mana that I have down here. 3 mana. Next turn I'm gonna get 3 additional. But these always decay at the end of the turn, so you better spend it for the most part. I have 10 cards in my deck. I'm gonna draw 5 more next turn. Then there's the discard pile. This is when you play stuff. If you play spells, they go into the discard pile normally, unless something else is stated on the spell. If your creature dies, they go into the consume pile, so the creatures do not come back, but spells normally return to the draw pile once your draw pile is empty. So yeah, let's just go ahead. So our champion, I'm gonna summon her at the top floor because every turn she's gonna add imp to our hand. And I don't want her to die, so I'm just gonna keep her up there and she's gonna spawn us imps, that's fine. And then we're gonna spawn some train stewards down here. And there we go. Now I can also just do this. Play one of these. This adds a morsel to my hand. This is the Umbra clan's main mechanic, the morsels. They are creatures that cost 0. They're really weak, but they have a special ability. After the combat, they get eaten by my front unit, and they grant a bonus to that unit. So this will grant +6 health to this train steward after the fight. So yeah, now I've played everything. If I end this turn, this thing is also gonna go into the discard pile, even though I haven't played it. If you have creatures that you didn't play, they also gonna go into the discard pile, just like that. So yeah, also you have like a damage preview here. That's quite useful. So if we end the turn, the guy is gonna get 10 damage on him. My guy is gonna get 1, and he's gonna get 3. So that's what we're gonna do. There is that ability that gives us a Queen's Imping. There you just saw, he ate the other morsel, so he get himself +6 health. Now if there's an X, that means the unit is gonna die. So you have to keep that in mind. If you want to keep certain things alive, always check that. Now we also have a collector spawn in. These spawn in randomly. If you kill them, they gain you a certain amount of gold. But they only stay for 1 turn. So if you want to kill them, you actually have to do it quite quickly. So we have 3 Queen's Implings on the hands. If we summon these, they deal 10 damage on summon. So I think we can summon 3 here to kill these 2. And then during combat, they will actually fight the collector and gain us the gold. So that's excellent. But that has consumed obviously all my mana. The train steward is going to die from this, but I think we can handle that. get more Queen's Implings. That champion is pretty useful because as long as she's alive, she's always gonna spawn you new creatures to play, which is sometimes a problem with other decks, so I'm just gonna play her now. And these are all gonna die because of the spikes. That is the additional challenge that we chose, so yeah. And every battle basically goes a certain amount of time until the boss spawns, so after the next turn, or after this turn, the boss will spawn on the bottom floor, and the boss is a bit special. We're gonna take a look at that. So here, I'm just gonna spawn another morsel in for him to consume. And then you know what? We're gonna kill this guy with another imp. And now you can see this floor is full, so there's no way I can spawn in another creature. The only way another creature could be entered here if I could copy a creature of mine with a spell, for example. That's the only way I could get an additional creature in. So let's continue. Excellent. Here is the boss. So all bosses have this ability called Relentless. That means they will continue fighting in the same room after you press the end turn button until either they or all your guys in the room have died. So that means he will... Now, if I end this, he will just fight until he's dead, because he's gonna die, we can see that. Then he moves on to the next floor, and then the next, and then the pyre. So you basically have 4 rounds, or 3 rounds to kill him before he reaches the pyre, and then just starts wailing at it. So, the way we're gonna do this, or we're gonna try to soften him up, we can summon 3 of these imps. Each of them is 10 damage. So that's pretty neat. And now you can see he gets minus 12 damage. Or minus 12 health if we end the turn. So he's gonna end up with 8 health at the end of this, which is nice. Let's do that. There we go. And he has also a special ability. Every time a combat resolves, he adds one of these cards to your hand. They're negative cards. If you play them for 1 mana, they are not in your deck anymore for this game. But if you don't, and they go into the discard pile, they actually deal damage to your pyre. So you want to get these away for the most part. But since this guy is pretty much already dead, see, he's on 8 health. So 1 more imp summoning, and boom. Done. So, there you go. And after a battle, you get a certain amount of points. That's important for ranking purposes. And then you get all your spoils. So we get 50 gold for the normal battle. 75 for our trial, then a clan pack which contains Hellhorned cards, and then a allied clan pack which gets us some Umbra cards, or at least 1. We get to draft 1 card each. There you go. So here, see, we already get an imp here. That's great. That's a good imp. So if we summon this guy, he gives Rage 5 to all friendly units on the same floor. Rage gives you plus 2 damage per stack, so this gives plus 10 damage to everybody. But Rage basically declines every turn. Every turn you lose a Rage stack. So yeah, that goes away, but it is a great creature, so we get him. And then here for the Umbra, I probably will go with this, the Space Prison. This is a consume card, meaning if we play this during a normal round, the card goes into the consume pile, so we can only play this once per battle. But it increases the capacity of a floor, so this is really important to us because we want to spam as many imps as we can onto the floors. So we get this one. You can also decline a card and just get money. Because sometimes you don't want to clog off your deck too much. You know, sometimes smaller decks work way better than big ones, but it kind of depends on your playstyle. So here we have shops and banners. So if I go here, I have a shop, a Merchant of Steel, which improves my creature cards, and then I get an Ombre unit, or I can improve my spells and get a Hellhorned unit. And since I'm after imps, I'm gonna go over here. And imps don't really need creature improvements anyway, because you're after their summoning effects for the most part, so... Yeah, see, there's no imp in here, so I'm not really interested in those 2 guys. And since we're already started quite nicely on the imps, I'm gonna hold off on these. So we're just gonna choose 10 gold. And here, now, with these shops, you always get 3 semi-random options. I think the Emberstone upgrade is always there. These two kind of change, and you can, once per shop, you can re-roll them. And you can purge cards. So you can remove cards from your deck entirely. Let's see, is there any good spell where we want to make -1 cost? I mean, we could get this to 0, one of these, and that's generally a good idea if you can make spells for free. Never a bad idea. Plus 10 magic power, we do actually not have a spell that can be used with that. And then double stack. We also don't have a spell that uses that. For example, if you had a spell that says add 5 rage to a creature, you could improve it with double stack to add 10 rage, but it would also cost 1 mana more. So it is... You can combine these. Every spell can have up to 2 upgrades, with certain artifacts even more. So you can combine, for example, this with a lower cost to keep the cost the same and just double the effect. So that's nice. Since we didn't really buy much, I'm gonna purge 1 card here. I'm gonna purge one of my Train Stewards, because these don't really fit into our playstyle. And most decks will actually get rid of these during the run. So there you go. Next battle. Let's see, we're gonna face the Barbed Disciples. So you can see these guys. Ah, yeah, okay. These guys will enable spikes for all other monsters, of their friendly monsters on the floor. So if you can kill them before the battle, that's a good idea. We probably can't. The trial is start of the battle, enemy units appear on each floor. It's kind of difficult for us to deal with, so we're not gonna do that. There's decks who can easily deal with stuff like that. We won't, so we're just gonna put the queen on top again. You know what, since we still have a Train Steward, let's put him in front. The imp at the back. And then we'll summon a morsel. +3 damage and lifesteal 1. Excellent. Well, the morsel will actually die because it runs into spikes, but at least deals some damage, right? Oh well, let's just go. Alright. As you can see, if we could kill these guys, it would be very useful, but we do not have any targeted damage spells, so that's hard for us. This guy just spawned in front of our queen, that's excellent. What shall we do here? I have the feeling we're gonna do it like this. We're gonna put this guy here. So he is getting attacked and dies, and he can then strike back. And then we're gonna put you here. That's fine. We're gonna put you down here to give rage. And then both of these die. That's excellent. And then these two I think we can deal with on the next floor. We might even be able to... If we put this guy here... Yes, we get a kill on the protector. The thing is, with combat, you always have to remember that the enemies strike first. So this guy will attack first. This guy does not have an attack, so he won't do anything. Then he will strike, and then yours get to strike back. The only way you can change this is with an ability called Quick, which allows you to strike before enemies. However, if enemies also have Quick, that basically cancels each other out. So you have to kind of keep stuff like that in mind. This guy we can just get smacked by the queen. Now there's a respite moment here before the boss appears, so I'm actually just gonna summon a morsel here, and then next turn hopefully we'll be able to summon in a bunch of imps here to start softening up our boss. There we go. Yes, okay, that's cool, because now we can also improve the spacing here, which allows us to summon one more Imping. There we go. So he will take 20 damage here. That's not that much, but you know, it's a start. The next floor, hopefully, we'll be able to summon about like 2 imps again, and then on the last floor he should be dead. There There's an imp. There's another imp. We can also get a morsel. Yeah, why not? It goes -11. I think we should be able to beat him on the last floor. Sometimes you just kill them on the first floor. Sometimes you'll get them on the last floor. It's really difficult to say because of the difference of decks. There's also some bosses you can actually kill before they even spawn. It's kind of funny. We're actually gonna meet one of these bosses where it's possible to do that, I think, next battle. Morsel, and yeah. The queen, boom! Slaps him with her tail. There we go. Oh, yes, Molting Imp. That is the imp that we would have needed this round, because it deals 5 damage to all units, all enemy units on the floor. So these guys can kill units that are at the back, that are safe. So that is a great card. And then here, I do like the Antumbra Assault. It deals 3 damage to a target creature, and then if we kill that creature, we get 2 morsels for 1 mana. So this is a targeted damage spell, which is something we're lacking right now. There we go. So now we either can get an artifact and some pyre health back. Since we're on max health, that is not really good. Or we can get an Umbra unit and a Merchant of Steel, which improves our creatures. Both of these not really good for us. There's only one upgrade that I really care about on creatures, and it's kind of rare. So probably not gonna go this direction. Probably gonna go over here. And then the Concealed Cavern there in the middle here, we're gonna go get there either way. This is a random event. I think later down the line, yeah, there we go. We can have a few more of these. They're completely random, these events. They are generally positive, but they're not always useful to you. So I'm gonna go over here. I mean, again, I shouldn't have taken that, actually. I shouldn't have done this first, because there's a few events where you can pay pyre health to do something. Oh, this is cool. The Fishu. So here you have a choice. You can either try to copy 1 card once or copy a card 5 times. And actually, so far for me, it always has worked. I wonder if I should try to be greedy and copy this guy 5 times. Yeah, what the hell, let's just do it. There we go, awesome. We just got ourselves a huge boost in our impish ways. Great. And then another choice of artifact. Damage shield 2 to the first unit summoned each turn. So damage shield nullifies the next source of damage, so they will be immune to damage for 2 attacks. Or units enter with rage 3. I think Chain of Gems is better for me. Let's go to the next battle. So this is a special battle. Because this is one of these battles where the boss is actually already on the field from the start, but it moves between layers, and then at the end it will start at the bottom layer again and just come up, but you'll see what I mean. There's also no challenge level on these battles, and she has this effect. So friendly units enter with Sap 1, that means they deal less damage on the first turn, and then if she attacks something, that thing gets dazed, which means it cannot attack or resolve abilities. So just we have to keep that in mind. Oh, also I love the music in this game. It's so freaking good. Alright. So let's see. Oh, these are very nasty. They come in with Rage 2, so they deal 5 damage each. They only have 1 health, but they are really powerful. So if I would summon her here, she would die instantly. But they will lose power as they come up the floor. So we start up here again. We'll also get a steward here, just so she cannot daze the queen at any point. And then we'll use our new spell, the Antumbra Assault, to just kill one of them. Get ourselves 2 morsels. We'll put the morsel up here. And then the rest we don't really have to play anything else. There we go. See, now she moved to the bottom layer. So these bosses that stay here on the side, they will move from layer to layer. And you can attack them. And yes, you can kill them before they actually enter the train, which is quite hilarious. And now we also get to play our first Molting Imp, and it's always nice to see this guy do his thing. Boom. That's why I love the guy. Alright, let's just start dismantling these dudes here. That will kill all of them, I think. Oh no, he entered with Dazed, that's why. With Zap, that's why he doesn't deal any damage here, but that's fine. Okay. I think I'm just gonna drop another imp here, just to deal some more damage to her. Then we'll just, you know what? Let's kill her. Why not? No attacks, unfortunately. That's a bit of a problem with the imps. They themselves are really weak, but there's a few spells that we hopefully will get later on that makes this whole deck absolutely insane. So here, that's also funny. Boom. Goodbye. I'm gonna improve the capacity up here. We're gonna summon... yeah, let's summon 2 more imps here. Just to deal some damage already to her, why not? And then here... we'll just leave this for now. Okay. So if I see this correctly, then yes, she will deal damage to this guy, and then this is 21 damage exactly, so she's gone. Let's summon some more of these bad boys, I love them. And we still have 1 more mana. Let's go with this guy. Getting some damage going, excellent. And now she enters the train, and now we have to deal with her. Let's put you on here. Already minus 103 damage. It's going well. We're gonna play this one, get some morsels to start feeding our troops up here. Why not, if we have the mana. You can also, if sometimes these battles go quite long, so you can actually speed them up here. There you go. Right, we probably should be able to defeat her here, I have the feeling. 22, yeah, maybe not quite, but yeah, on the top floor she will be gone. Let's just put another morsel up here. I mean, we're fine. Jesus Christ. Alright, here we go. And basically, this. Good. Excellent. So that is that done. Now, whenever you defeat one of these bosses, I think there's one on level 3, one on level... and I think the other one is on level 5 or 6. Whenever you do that, you get the gold, you get a rare pack, a unit draft, and then a major enhancement. So we're gonna take a look at these in a second here. So here we have a rare card. These are not really that good. I mean, we can get Kindle and hope we get another cool X spell to profit of this. With this, we can basically double our mana. No imps. Unfortunate, but we do have already quite enough imps to make this work anyway, so that's fine. And then the enhancements, you can basically choose twice. So this is the first time we get to choose an enhancement, and then a few levels later we're gonna have the same choice again. So either +1 mana per turn, +1 card drawn per turn, or +1 space on each floor. And for us, I think the spacing is the most important part for now. Alright, we are gonna go down here because we want another chance at an imp unit. The Apex Imp is interesting because he's basically the one imp card that can fight. You can see he has 10 damage and 10 health. And whenever he gains rage, he also gets the same amount of armor. And he comes in with 5 armor, so he also comes in with 5 rage. So he's pretty badass. So we're gonna get him as a fighter. Then there's some nice coin here. We can, with the Hellvent, we can copy a card. Now the cool thing is, if you already have enhancements on a card, for example this thing, if we copy this card, we get the enhancement as well. But I think for us, the Space Prism, I do want to duplicate that. More space is more imps summoned, so that's good. Now, this is our second upgrade. There's going to be one after that, so we either can go Imp Parade 2 or Imperialist. And the Imp Parade 2 basically changes the imp that we get. So here we would get the Fletchling Imp, which is the one that gives rage to everybody. And with the Apex Imp, rage is actually pretty good, so we're gonna go with that. There we go. So next battle is upon us. Let's see if we can do that. So here we get the Clipped Infiltration. So these guys are really annoying. They grant haste to their units on their floor. And haste basically means they will go from the first floor to the third floor in one go if you leave them alive, which can be annoying. Try the spikes again. We can deal with spikes for the most parts. We'll get a random artifact afterwards, so that's nice. We should be able to deal with that. Especially... Ooh, now I have to be smart here. Okay, so this is clear. We're summoning her. Now we can actually kill this guy with an Entumbra Assault. And then... I almost kind of want to get rid of this Train Steward from basically the get-go here. And then I'm just gonna feed a morsel to the Queen up here. Alright. Okay, he's gonna die. Now we're gonna put a Molting Imp here to kill the Haster. These guys are really annoying, they have a lot of health. They're probably the most difficult ones to deal with for us at this point, but I think we should be fine. Let's get a free morsel. I mean... what do we do here? You know what? I'm just gonna improve the Queen a bit more. We also get a ton of mana next turn. Every time one of these gets eaten, we get +1 mana on the next turn, so that's cool. Alright. Cool, so we get a Molting Imp. That's exactly what I kind of was gambling for here. Let's improve our spacing up here. Now we need to deal some more damage to this guy so he dies. So that imp will deal with that. And then I'm gonna put you down here. I'm also gonna put one of these imps here just to soften this guy up a little bit. I mean, we have so much mana. It's really a shame that we don't have any good X spells yet. And we might never get them, so we'll never know. But, yeah, there you go. That's the game. Excellent. Okay. So down here we have another Haster. We have to deal with that. Great. And then I'm gonna improve the spacing again up here. Now... this is annoying. I think we didn't deal with one of the Hasters last turn, I think. That's a bit of a shame. We'll just summon a bunch of imps here and see if we can make this work. With the rage, that should help us a lot. Yeah, okay, they will start beating on the pyre here, but not too much. We'll actually see how it looks like. It's maybe good for tutorial purposes. Alright, so boom, 1 attack each, and then a 45 damage attack on all of them, so that cleans them up. You know what? I'm just gonna... I mean, there's no real use to this card anyway at this point, so we're just gonna double our mana. I'm just gonna spam some imps just to soften these up here, these guys. Get rage going. See, that kills that one. That's awesome. And then we're also gonna feed another morsel to the mottling imp. It's always the front unit that consumes these eaten creatures, so you kind of have to, you know, manage the positioning a little bit if you want one creature to grow. Alright, top creature I think should be dealt with. Yeah. Oh, excellent. We get the Antumbra Assault to kill the Haster. Awesome. That was great. And we also get a morsel miner. That's a very cool morsel. Plus 6 damage and health. Let's see. Let's just summon some imps down here. Why not? Plus minus 79 damage. Excellent. And then we just, again, put some morsels up here. And because this guy kills the imp, that means the queen is getting fed the morsels afterwards and not the imp. Which is exactly what we want here. So more morsels. How many creatures do we have? 2, 4, 6. So there's a hard limit of 7 creatures on each floor. So we haven't reached that yet, but we're getting close here. So there we go, she's now on 75 damage, that's pretty great. Alright. He's still on 300 health. Oh, great, we get the Apex Imp here. Baby. Now we can probably deal some damage here. Oh yeah, you can see how Rage is just getting up the damage numbers. There you go, and that already is enough to kill him. The Apex Imp is a pretty cool imp because it doesn't do what the other imps does. He is more the fighter. These guys are useful when summoned. He is useful for a prolonged time, which makes him kind of unique in that sense. Boom. Alright, we get wing clippings. I'm actually... what? Oh, is that oh yeah, spells card with consume have a 50% chance to be discarded instead. Since we play a few consume cards, I mean, nothing wrong with that. Oh, here we go. This is a good choice. So either we get the Pyre Chomper, which is an imp that gives us +4 mana when we summon him, or we get Imp Horton's Work, which gains us 1 mana and then draw a card. I think this is more important, because we already are on a good amount of mana, so important work. And then here, oh, the Ember Forge. If we didn't really, you know, have enough mana already, then this would be the way to do it. I'm actually gonna go for the Prism Retrieval. We draw a unique card and then apply 5 plus X times whatever, you know, the time, whatever we paid, damage, and then minus X on the cost. So this will draw us an imp, and if we're really lucky, if we draw an Apex Imp with that and pay like 7 for it, it's gonna be a monster card. So we're just gonna, you know, play a little roulette with that card, I suppose. Alright, so I'm not quite sure. We could either use the Unstable Vortex to purge 2 cards from our decks for free. We're already up to 28 cards. We have a quite huge deck at this point. So, and then duplicate a card, get money. Or what I would rather do is actually improve the Apex Imp a bit, because that's the one imp that you want to improve. Let's just do the first random event, though. Ah, the Historian. So it just gives you one of these books. They're consume spells with different effects. This one silence enemies. This one gives endless to a unit. That is actually really good for certain imps. And then quick. Quick is cool. So either we want quick to put it onto the Apex Imp or the Remnant Pact, which gives endless to, for example, the Molting Imp. Endless basically means whenever the creature with endless dies, instead of going to the consume pile, it goes to the top of the draw pile. So you'll draw it again next turn. And that can be abused a lot. So I'm gonna go with that. And since we can have a chance of getting our consume spells back, if we get several imps with endless at the end of the match, that might be pretty funny. I'm gonna heal our pyre, and now upgrades. Yes, okay, so multi-strike is already a really good card, or upgrade. So we will attack twice every time in combat. So that doubles his damage output. And then either plus 10 damage or plus 25 health. I have the feeling I want to give him more health, a bit more survivability, so he gets to fight more. There we go. And then I'm actually going to spend some money to purge another one of my train stewards, because I want to keep my deck like under 30 would be nice. Because otherwise I might run into situations where I don't draw what I need to draw. You know what I mean? Plus 6 damage on non-boss enemy units. That's fine, we're not big fighters anyway, and 150 gold is nothing to be sneezed at. The problem is, if they get through to the pyre, they're really gonna freaking destroy it. Oh, I love these enemies because... yoink! That's hilarious, I love it. We get her, we don't need to summon the Apex Imp. I mean, we're gonna start feeding the Queen up here a little bit. With Umbra, that's always the freaking strategy. Just feed a certain monster and make it big. I mean, we can just keep doing this, you know? I kind of want to get this guy, but I would have to waste one of my Molting Imps, and I'm not a big fan of it. So I'm not gonna do that. Ooh, yeah. Plus 12 damage for our Queen. Alright, do we get another? Yes, we do! And now... none of these is actually gonna die. That's kind of hilarious, because they all have damage shield. Oh man, I wanted to make them invulnerable, give an endless to one of them. I think I'm still gonna do that. Just give this guy endless, so next turn if he dies, we just get him back for sure. Let's get 10 damage on you. These guys are really tough. Oh god. Yeah, we get another one, lads. And now I purposefully placed him behind so this guy dies, and then because of Endless gets to the top of our draw pile again. So yeah, awesome. Okay, that's enough to kill that. Let's summon one here. And you know what? Because we have a train steward, why not? Just use him. Why not? Okay. So, now, what do we do now? We have up here this guy. He's gonna die to the Queen, but we might want to protect her with an imp. Here I want to put this guy on so he actually doesn't get killed. We could kill him. Oh yeah, we definitely could kill him. And then we get him again. Yes, okay, that is of course an interesting combo. I didn't actually even think of that, to be quite honest. Oh, whoops, I just had my stream open. Hold on! Oh, whoops. Just wanted to see if everything is going fine. Yes, it does. It is. Okay. So, whenever we sacrifice the thing, it obviously then goes to the discard pile, and then because of Endless goes to the top, and then we draw an additional card. So it's basically just a redo, you know, if that makes sense. Alright, anyway, so you are basically dealt with. I want to summon you here. And then you go here, then Train Steward to protect our queen. And you know what, if we have it in hand and have some mana left, why not just play it? Now these two up there, they're gonna be a bit annoying, but at least one of them dies, so the second one will then die to the pyre. I mean, it's clear that we summon this guy for sure. And then we'll summon another one. And I think up here, we'll do the Shade Splitter, we'll do a Queen's Impling. And then because these guys all have damage shield down here, we're gonna put one of these guys in. So this boss is kind of annoying. For one, he has the sweep ability, which means he's gonna hit all of these guys at once, which will take off these damage shields really quickly. And then also he has lifesteal, so for the next 10 attacks he's gonna get life back for every damage he deals. So that's annoying, but it's fine. Yeah, he's pretty good against our imps for the most part. There we go, we lost 10 pyre health, but that is acceptable. Right. Let's get a free morsel. We just need... he might actually be a real problem. If we don't get an Apex Imp soon. I mean, we have 15 more cards here where we might draw him, but still. The problem is they're all gonna die on the first attack here. That's really the problem, see? That is the problem. Oh, okay, we've drawn the Apex Imp. Right. So now we maybe are able to deal some damage here. Let's get the Rage up here. 400, we're already kinda close here. Yeah, okay, he's gonna deal some damage to our pyre, it seems, but it's fine. That doesn't really do anything, but hey, there you go. I'm gonna speed this up a bit. But yeah, he gets to do 2 attacks on our pyre and that's it. But I think that was worth it for the 150 gold, honestly. Oh, Imp in a Box. That is a freaking amazing card. So it has Consume, and it adds 2 random Imp units to our hand. And among these, there can be one specific Imp that I'm looking for. He's actually on the card here, this guy. If we get that guy, it's gonna be fun. So we're definitely taking Imp in a Box. Now here we have Gem Trove, Engine Upgrade, and Cannibalize. Cannibalize would be good if we really played a lot with morsels. But, yeah, we don't really, so not that good. Then -1 space and +1 mana per turn. That is not really what we want. The Gem Trove is the only one that is really good because it adds a damage shield. If you can start adding damage shield on a creature, it is really good against bosses. Unless they have multi-strike, but yeah. But it's really expensive. But I think we do need a card like that. So we're gonna pocket that now. So, what do we want? Do we want Pyre Health, Random Event, and a potential artifact? Or do we want money, purging cards, and then a Merchant of Spells? I think I'm actually rather going for an artifact, because there's one specific artifact. If we get that, we basically win. And also the Pyre Health is really helping. Random Event, let's see what we get. Oh, it's the make a card machine. I like that one. Let's see what kind of card we can make here. So basically you get you get to have 3 set of choices, and these choices will then yield a card for you to use. So we can either get armor, spike, or regen. I'm gonna get armor because that then synergizes with our apex imp. So that's the first effect. Then the pole, descent, or ascent. So this will mean the spell that we create will pull whatever we target to the front. It can descend them 1 floor or ascend them. Since we're going to cast it on one of our units that we want to have in the fight, forward is the way to go. And then the last one is either sorry, get +1 space or +1 card. Not sure. I think card draw is more important. Sorry, I need to get something to drink. Hold on. Whew, much better. Jesus Christ, that was nasty. I still have something like stuck back in my throat, but at least now I have water to kind of quell that. But yeah, I think since we already have 2 cards that increase our spacing and we do have the yellow artifact up here, I think we're gonna go with card draw. There we go. And now it creates a orb, the all-D magic. So this does everything we have just set it to do. So it applies 10 armor to whatever we apply it to. It pulls that thing to the front and then gives us +1 card next turn. That's a good card. We'll take that. Because on the Apex Imp, of course, that means not only 10 armor, that also means rage. So that's going to be great. So let's see if the Trinket Merchant has anything good for us. So, the Teeth of Gold, that would be good with most Umbra builds, because the Eaton is going to trigger a lot, but we don't really use it that much. Morsels enter with damage shield. Can be used to kind of cheese a few things, but Demons get gold multi-strike, so the only demon that we have is our Apex Imp. So the question is, do we want to spend 225 gold to give our Apex Imp multi-strike? I think we actually do. I'm not a big fan of it, but we do have a bit of money to spend. So we'll get that. Then we'll do a reroll. Friendly units get +5 health. Pyre gets +40 health. Or when a card of Consume is played, deal 30 damage to the front enemy unit. Now we do have a bunch of Consume cards, which then potentially do not get consumed. So that is actually a cool artifact for us. I've never really played with that before, but I think now it kind of will work. So the next battle, as you can see with the symbol, is going to be a special battle again. Against Arcos, Darkness Incarnate. That is an interesting battle. But yeah, we'll see. He basically summons like these things here, these dark shards they're called. And this one basically punishes you for casting spells on the floor that it's on, and this one punishes you for creatures dying on the floor that it's on. So this one is actually really gonna hurt us if it's gonna be placed on certain floors. So we have to be extremely vigilant with that. So the first one he summoned is the caster dark shard. So if he casts something here, all other spells, so these cards, are gonna get 1 mana more expensive, and they're gonna stay that way. So he's really fucking up your deck for this match if you don't pay attention to what you're doing. So we're gonna summon her into the top again. Then, since I don't want the Harvest Dark Shard that punishes us for creatures dying, capitalizing on my imps dying, I'm gonna summon him second without a shield, so he dies, hopefully. And then we'll have to check off next turn. Next turn he's probably gonna put the other Dark Shard somewhere, but the question is where. Also, by the way, a morsel getting eaten does not trigger dying triggers, so yeah. Yeah, see, there we go. So, if we let more imps die down here, that's not gonna end well. So we're not gonna summon any of them down here. However, we're gonna summon 1 Impling here. That is gonna die. Actually, he's not gonna die to this, huh? I think we're gonna be fine. Summon this up here, then get a morsel. We don't really have a good imp to put that on yet, so we'll wait. Also, these big guys here with the shield, they're super annoying if you're a spellcaster build. Because basically, whenever you cast a spell on that floor, they gain plus 10 armor. And lots of spells deal less than 10 damage, so they really make it hard to deal with them with spellcasters. Alright. Fletchlinger does what it's supposed to do. Great. Now, how much space do we have up here? 1 more. So we're gonna do the assault here to get more morsels. Get 1 more morsel. And then just deal 5 damage to this guy. 5 damage to you lot. And I think that's my turn. Okay. Yeah, okay, this is annoying. So this will add stupid cards to our deck, but it's unavoidable. I wonder if Sacrifice actually triggers it. Probably does. Yeah, it does. Okay, but at least we can just get rid of it instantly. Okay, so this guy dies. Put that one down here. Then get another morsel. I think I'm gonna keep it like that. As long as we only get 1 guy to the top at 1 point, you know, just 1 guy at a time, the queen can deal with them pretty easily. So here we have to cast a card again. There's another one of these Weight of Contrition. I'm gonna get rid of that. Get the Space Prism on top. This guy has been dealt with, that's fine. And we're gonna summon you here. Another Shade Splitter. Which basically just trying to feed one of our units up there, but it's not the queen, unfortunately. But there you go. Okay, we have the dying one up here again. So I'm gonna summon the Fletchling Imp. Now see, we have our oldie magic here, but without the Apex Imp it doesn't really do much. However, we have an Imp in a box. So we're gonna spend that one. And we're gonna spend it on this floor because that deals 30 damage to this guy. Boom. It went into the consume pile here, but that's okay. We got a Welder Imp, which applies armor to front-friendly unit. That, again, synergizes so well with the Apex Imp. And then the Jumper, which is funny, but not that useful. Let's get more morsels up here. I mean, You know what? I'm gonna draw her to the front. Just so she can get the bonuses from the morsel. Alright. Where does he go? Alright, there's the incantation one again. Okay. Right, so let me summon a few fledglings up here. Or implings. He's down. Summon that one down here. And then I'm actually gonna sacrifice this guy. Draw a card. A morsel. Get another morsel. I love decks with lots of card draw. I don't even think it's that good to put another one up here, but we're gonna do it. And that's gonna kill him instantly anyway, so there you go. Alright, so he's on the field now, so he's not gonna spawn these annoying things again. Now... okay, that's great. That's a great thing that just happened here. We can get our Apex Imp here. We're gonna give him Endless. That means on every floor we're gonna resummon him. And then as a starting boost here... Boom! Yeah, see? That just kills him. Because he just gained from the Welder Imp, he just gained, what was that, 20 Rage? Which means plus 50 damage, and because he has Multi-Strike too, that means 180 damage per turn. And because of the armor, he's gonna survive more turns. It's insane if you get summons like that, it's awesome. There you go. I'm just gonna summon some more guys, but yeah, this match is over. Look at that damage. So you can see every round he's dealing less damage because of rage. It decays every time, every round, but still, he's insane. Oh, the gods of the cards. They have heard my prayers. Here is the winning card for every imp deck. Impolate. It deals damage to the front enemy unit equal to 15 times the number of imp units in your deck. So that's 195 damage. That's an insane card. I love it. So here we are again. We have the choice again between mana, drawing, and capacity. I think capacity, we're very good on that. So it's either card draw or mana. And I don't think mana is a big issue with our deck, so we're going to go for card draw. Right, so what are we choosing here? I feel... we want to go over here, because it allows us to purge a few cards from our deck, we get a free artifact, and if we're really lucky, and we can get Implodate upgraded with a certain modifiers, we're really gonna be sailing. Alright, first and foremost, let's purge. We're gonna purge the last two Terrain Stewards. They really have overstayed their welcome here in our deck. Next, we have the artifacts. As long as you have at least 25 gold, you lose 25 gold when you take pyre damage in combat instead of taking damage. That's cool if you have a lot of money and nothing else. This, however, is what we want. Plus the magic power. That means spells that deal damage now deal 3 damage more. That also goes for the Implodate. It's not much, but you know, it's at least something. Alright. So, I want Implodate, the mana cost removed. And now I'm gonna gamble here on a upgrade that can get into the third slot here that's called Holdover. Ah, Eternal Stone, too bad. Ah well. So, the Holdover basically means that when a card gets played, it just goes back to the draw pile. It's basically the endless variety of the spells. And if you put that on Implodate, it just makes it silly. Really silly. We can remove Consume from one of our cards, but since we do get bonuses for Consume cards, we don't want to do that. However, I'm gonna actually put this on here. This gives us plus 20 damage on this card and consume, which then triggers our artifact again. So we're gonna get that. And then we'll also make... We'll actually make this one 3 mana so we can even use it. Because right now it costs 4, which is sometimes a bit difficult to achieve for our deck. But there you go. Here's the last upgrade. So instead of just getting a fletchling imp, we now get a fletchling imp and a welder imp. Yeah. So the apex imp is gonna get absolutely fed to hell. It's great. So let's go to the next battle and see what we get. Alright. So we can give the bosses a bit more power, and then we get 400 gold. Let's see, what do we have here? We have multi-strikers that restore health and get more power when they slay units. These are pretty beefy guys, and he is also very annoying. I actually don't... No, we're not gonna get this challenge, I don't think. Do we? Oh, come on, let's do it. Sometimes you just have to try. Okay, that's a good start, actually. And you know what? It's gonna be a bit counterintuitive what I'm doing right now, I think, but I'm gonna summon the Apex Imp. Because we can give him Endless right now. That makes him quite insane, actually, at this point already. Damn. Okay, so now, since he has overstayed his welcome anyway, let's sacrifice this guy and get another card. And that gives us a morsel. Nice. Because with an endless imp, and these two imps getting onto the field every turn, I mean, let me just show you. His power is just gonna skyrocket, essentially. If he survives. He doesn't survive at this point, but we can just put this guy in front of him, and then he does. And then he's gonna die to the queen, so we get money. We're gonna summon you to soften this one up. Oh man, I think our deck is now at a very good point. I really do. I mean, look at the damage that the freaking Apex Imp is dealing now. Alright. Now, you can see the damage increase from 66 times 3 to 106 times 3. How high can we push this guy? That's the question. Now, Fletchling Imp in front for more rage. He's gonna die. We're gonna do the same thing here again. And then we're also gonna get our morsel up here. Excellent. I mean, yeah, our Apex guy just died, but you know that doesn't really do much because we can just re-summon him every time. Because that's just how this works now. This is so dumb. And here is our card. There's Implivate. And since she always adds 2 more imps to our deck every turn, this is getting stronger every turn. I mean, boom. It's just freaking silly. That's what it is. Let me get some more space down here because we can, right? I mean, this is gonna be silly. Oh man, but we need more of the molting imps here. Ah, there we go. Thank you. That's what we needed here. I'm gonna kill this guy because we can. Get 2 more morsels. And then... You know what? I'm gonna put him up here. Just to kill this guy. Why not? And then we gotta add 2 more imps to our decks, because why wouldn't we add more imps to our decks? Oh, There he is. That's the imp that you want in your imp deck. The Transcend Imp. When you play this guy, every summon effect that your creatures can trigger that are on the field will trigger again. So if I play this, his effect will trigger, his, and his, and his, and his. Everybody's effect will trigger again. Believe me, it's an insane card. It really is. It's absolutely freaking bonkers. You know what? Since we're up here already, why not play an imp up here? Get her a bit of armor. God damn. Okay. Now here comes another Implodate, this time for 375 damage. Boom. Oh, that's so silly. We're gonna get you. Alright, let's just start buffing him up. He's now surviving this attack, so we're just gonna kill this guy here outright. And we're gonna hold off on our Transcend him. I wanna kind of summon this guy in on the boss wave, if possible. Boom. Oh, look, the imp in a box actually didn't get consumed. Let me play it again. Now, there is... Oh, okay, hold on. We're gonna just do this now. Because that's funny. Let's do that. And now we can play the higher chomper for free because the queen reduces the mana on this floor. So now we have 4 more mana, right? And I think we're just gonna put one of these here, one of these, and I think another one of these. And then up here we're just gonna put more welder imps up here because that's funny. And then another rage imp. Yeah, we have to put him up here. There you go. So yeah, he has a special ability called Trample. It's kind of like the Trample from Magic the Gathering. So if he deals 1 damage to the first imp and kills him, then the rest of his damage just carries through to the next creatures. He's pretty badass, but yeah, there you go. So he deals 25 damage, right? So he doesn't kill the Apex Imp, right? That's why he gets 512 damage. So now if we summon this... You dead. That's insane, man. That's so insane. That freaking Apex Imp is just incredible. I mean, that's the little guy that could. Boom, 400 gold into our pocket. Another imp in a box. I am blessed on this run, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Wretch and Feast, these 2 cards are amazing if you're playing a heavy morsel strategy, but we don't, so we're gonna skip on those. Alright. We're gonna go over here for a last chance of getting a holdover on the Implodate. Let's try this. We repair our pyre. Okay, there's an Eternal Stone. Let me see. We reduce the cost of the Remnant Pact. Just for convenience. Then plus 10 magic power on this. Because why not? And now we reroll. Come on! Oh, double stack. Bummer. I mean, it's good on this. Yeah, let's do that. 20 armor. If we put that on the imp, that's gonna be fun. And then we reduce its mana back down to 1. So it's still payable. Good. And then, what do we copy here? I think we still copy Implodate because it's such an absolute insane spell. And now we go to the Merchant of Trinkets. Units get an extra spells get an extra upgrade slot. That's interesting, but way too late. Let's reroll these. Let's see. 2 damage to whenever an enemy moves floors, and friendly units get +2 on Slay. I mean, they're not great, but since the last battle is right upon us, we're gonna get one of these artifacts, and I think... You know what? I'm just gonna get that. It's a terrible artifact, but still. It's early on. This thing can really, really make the early game easy. But yeah, there you go. So here's the end boss. It's always Seraph, duh. And then the suffix changes based on his abilities. He is the patient. So he's gonna zip around the 3 floors, and whenever we either summon a creature or play a spell, he's gonna get stronger. And then when he comes onto the train, you're gonna feel the wrath. But sometimes you can actually kill him before he even gets there, and even if you don't. I mean, we start out with a freaking Implodate in our hands, which is hilarious. Too bad we cannot get rid of this guy, because we could already slap him right in the face. I mean, let's see, maybe we get a good imp in our hand? Oh yeah, right, consume spell. I forgot about that one. Right, so here, have an Implodate. That's already 228 damage. I mean, do we want to go like all in on this silliness here? With an Apex... Well, the Apex Imp will deal... Oh, fuck it. Of course we do, right? Freaking get as much damage on this idiot as we can. Hot damn. He's already down that low. That's hilarious. Alright, now he's on the bottom floor. Let's increase here and increase here. That is so dumb. Right, and then of course we can get Endless on our dude up here. Damage, damage, and then Rage for more damage. Now, what do we do here? Damage, right? This guy's gonna get dealt with anyway. And our Apex Imp is gonna die, so we can redeploy him afterwards, which is nice. Actually, oh no, I have a better idea. We're just gonna kill him like that and just redeploy him here. And then we're gonna make him angry. And I mean, like, really angry. Oh god. Yeah, we're gonna kill him before he even gets to the train. Oh boy, this is already super silly. And now he's on the top floor without protection. What are you doing, mate? Boom! I mean, yeah, he's pretty much dead. Because now if I summon any imp, the queen is just gonna survive. And that means you're dead. I mean, look at this. Yeah, goodbye, Seraph. Smack! Oh, that was amazing. That was a good run. That was a very, very potent imp deck we just had together. And also a big one with 32 cards in it as well. God damn. And that's it. And then you get to the center and reignite the Paya. There you go. And that's a complete run of Monster Train. Then you get your little summary here. Ooh, that was a very good run for me. Very good indeed. Then you can get a little summary. I really like this game for that. You know, the summaries, the stats. I am a sucker for stats. So here you can see we had 6 Molting Imps, 5 Queens Imp. That's so cool that you can then see this. And what you also can do, what I really like... Oh, hold on, I'm going to go to run history real quick. We're going to take a look at this guy again. You can generate a challenge from this. And basically, what this does... Let's just do that, because why not? Let's just generate a challenge. So what it does is basically it grabs the seed from this run, you know, and then makes this shareable. So you can see here, there's this thing here, walked beats vacuum. It's kind of like a the name of this seed now. I can copy this and send it to a friend of mine who also has Monster Train, or for example, my brother plays it as well. And I can send them this and say, hey, can you beat me in this? And then you basically, when you start a challenge, you get one shot to get onto the leaderboards of that run. So you can play it several times if you want, but the first run is gonna get scored. So we can have like challenges between you and your friends. And also if you have a really fun run that you would like to repeat, or for example, make the run but do some things differently, you know, maybe take a different path at some point, you can do it as well. So I really like that about this game. That's really cool. So, as I said, I wanted to do my first Covenant run. So this makes enemies stronger and it changes the start a little bit. It adds random cards to your starting deck instead of the normal start. So we're gonna do that. I think I'm gonna start with like a Hellborn Awoken kind of thing. I'm just gonna have a think about that, how I'm gonna start here, but I'm gonna go to the toilet real quick, so I'm gonna be back in a few minutes, and then we're gonna do Covenant runs and see if we can beat them. Alright guys, see you in a minute. Alright, so let's do Covenant rank 1. I have actually no idea how difficult this is, so we'll find this out. So I want to do Hellborn Awoken. I'm just trying to figure out... Since we already did like an imp run today, I'm just gonna go with the Hornbreaker Prince. And then I think I'm gonna go with the Restore, because that gem gels really well together. Yeah, let's go with that. See what we get. Alright, so here are our starting cards. Ascend a unit. Not a big fan of that. Then, important work. I have the feeling the game is gonna want to force another imp deck on me. And then actually it's 2 Ascend and 2 Razor Sharp Edge. These are kinda cool. If we can use them right. Alright, so what is this? Divine Horde. Gain an artifact and add 15 of these things. So these are pack shards. As we gain more shards, more enemy before the boss will be upgraded, and the boss itself will grow stronger, including bonuses to attack, health, status effects, and abilities. So we can get an additional artifact at the start, but it makes the game more difficult. Let's just see what we get for an upgrade first. So armor and multi-strike, or slay and plus. So this is very good, but we have to keep him at the back, most likely. So we'll need to have some sort of tank in front. And this guy, I mean, with armor 10, if we can start stacking armor on him, he really can be a big threat. I'm just not quite sure we can get all the armor, but you know what, let's go with this one. Let's see if we can get some stuff to throw in front of him. Artifact. Oh my, that's good. Also, that is really good, especially if you start out with that. So our trained stewards get +5 damage, +5 health, and damage shield 2 and multi-strike. You know what? I'm gonna try and make our trained stewards work. I think for a first Covenant run, I just want to see how difficult it is to just go through it normally without tapping into these special resources. So right now the threat level is probably 0, I would say. And since we have damage shield, we're gonna activate a trial. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, so he has 30 health. I think we can... Yeah, I think we can do that. So that will kill him, which will upgrade my dude. And then we'll torch this guy for 2. That's our first turn. Excellent. Now, let me put you down here to get this guy. And now we just then use Restore on him to heal him afterwards. Yeah, with these trained stewards, our guy can really go ham here. And we can even, like, go hammer, if you know, like that. Oh yeah, but the first boss already has more health here. That is pretty bad. But yeah, like this it will work. There we go. Boom. Okay, cool. So the enemies just if you don't do the special things which add pack charts, I guess then you just have to deal with a little bit more health. Okay. I mean, we do have a sacrifice imping. Oh, what is that? Toggle unit ascents. Oh, I think I know what this is. I think I've read about that. But yeah, I think for the first... You know what? Let's get that in, because that actually works with the rest. And then I have the feeling I want to restore health to all my units and damage all units. Or damage on the front. I think this is better, because sometimes we want the front unit to be killed, so our Hornbreaker Prince can slay something. So this is probably a good way to do it. And then summon, gain 60 max health, and then rejuvenate. Or quick. You know what? Gonna get this guy. Maybe we can make this work somehow. Let's see. So let's go this way. Get on a Hellhorn unit. Oh yes, the Steelworker. I love the Steelworker. He just buffs your units with armor every turn. Now. Oh, that's even better. I want an endless trained steward. At least one of them, so we can always put shields in front of our unit. Then also give him more damage and more health. Yeah. I love that. And then the damage, the rest, that's not that important to us. Here we could get another artifact and gain more pack charts. Again, I think since this is my first Covenant run, we're just gonna try to go through it normally and see if that works well. I'm not gonna deal with additional armor on our enemies. Okay, let me think about this. So, oh, I have a good idea. Since we already have Ascent cards, right? We might as well frickin' use them to our advantage here. And we'll put him here, and he will start giving armor to our dude. Right? I mean, I could have also torched this guy, but the advantage here is that I get the Slay, which allows me to kill this dude next. And now I can kill this one like this. 10 damage on me. Oh shit, I should have actually... Ah, well. I think we can still deal with that. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. I should have torched this guy instead, I suppose, but... because of the freaking... the spikes, but we can deactivate them like this now. So, because of his armor, we're actually making plus in health, so to speak. It's pretty rich. So, I think we can shift here a bit more to the offense because of that. And I'm just gonna put my Endless Train Steward down here. I mean, he's getting so strong already, I love it. Now he has Sweep. That's a bit annoying. I'm gonna get this guy killed, so we have the spikes disabled. That means this guy gets killed at least. Make him a little stronger, then I put a fletchling in front of him for protection. Hopefully that will be enough. But yeah, that train steward is gonna carry us quite far, I have the feeling. Look at how much he does on his own. And then he just comes back, you know what I mean? And I mean, yeah, look at that. So good. So freaking good. Slap. Yeah, I think that deck will work. I mean, yeah, more armor. And actually spikes kind of work too. But I think this is better for our champion. Give him more health and more damage. Ooh, what is this? Divine Temple. Accept shards in exchange for upgrading spells or combining units. So how does that work? Can we... Oh, I have to choose a side first. We haven't taken any pyre damage yet, so let's go here. Awoken unit, not interested. Pyre gets 40 health or 25 chance to deal 5 damage when an enemy unit enters the terrain. I have experience with this. This can feel underwhelming sometimes, and sometimes it just cleans a floor, which is hilarious. But I think since I'm a bit conservative on this run, I'm gonna go with more pyre health. I want to see what this does. So how does this work? Purge Stone. Once played, this card is removed from your deck for the rest of your game. Okay. Then Extreme Stone. Upgrades a spell with plus 30 magic power or sacrifice a unit to infuse its essence into... Oh my god, and you can start combining units and making Uber units. Oh, that sounds fun. Okay. But again, for my first run, I just want to see if I can make it through it. Just to gauge kind of the difficulty and see how much I can, you know, get away with. Oh, this is that thing. So either I get a staff that gives me more mana, but every once in a while I get these vengeful shards that basically I need to get rid of. Or I get these things, which I can purge from my deck, and then eventually I will get something better. I actually never went with this one. You know what, let me just see how this works. I guess I can then, if I wanted to, I could purge these negative things manually, I suppose. Empowering Offense, Rage 2. Yeah, that could be annoying. Yeah, okay, they're gonna be brutal. So we have to start smacking these a little bit. Not a big fan of it. I think we're gonna do it this way. Just so he has a bit of protection here. And then we're gonna already slap her for 50 damage. I'm hoping for another burn spell here, like a torch or something. Yeah, okay, we get one. Excellent. Get rid of that. We cannot play the smith here, unfortunately, but there you go. He's not gonna survive either. Yuck. Yeah, the problem is if we lose our prince here, that's gonna be really annoying. However, we do have a train steward, and we can get rid of one of these. Cool. Upgrade you. Right. Okay. Oh god, there's another army of these guys coming in. Alright, I'm gonna kill this one for free. Essentially. That wasn't a smart move, wasn't it? Can I? Hold on. I can just do that. So you can exceed your limit, but you have to kind of do it quote-unquote illegally. You know what I mean? So yeah, there you go. Okay, so now this whole bunch comes up here. Plus the boss is here too. Ugh. Yeah, that's not good. So they're gonna deal 7 damage each. Yeah, I think the prince is probably gonna die here, unfortunately. Which means we have to kind of work with the train stewards for the most part. Yeah, well, it's how it is. Well, at least 2 of them we could destroy. That's okay. But yeah, fighting the boss is gonna be a bit difficult, I feel. Just summon that. Ooh, that's a lot of damage already. Lovely. More damage. Let's put a restore. And then some more damage. Excellent. Okay, let's do it. There you go. Cool. So that has worked out for us, luckily. The spike of the Hellhorn is tasty. However, that is also very good. Especially because our champion is lacking health. So double the armor is also good, but I don't think we have a... And we do have kind of a reliable armor gain, don't we? But I think the addition of spikes makes this even better. So let's do that. Do we want a backup creature? The Rail Beater is probably a pretty good backup creature, honestly. To soften up enemies for our prince. And I have the feeling we definitely need more space, don't we? So that's what we're gonna get. There's another Divine Temple here. Do we really want to purge stuff? I think we do, but not the thing that we normally would purge, I suppose. Oh, another Steelworker. Yeah, I do want another Steelworker, actually. So I want to purge one of my torch spells. And I think I want to purge one of... Do I want to purge these? I think I want to purge one of them. Just so the chances are really low to encountering them. Oh, we have multi-strike. And multi-strike, of course, works very well with strike, this ability here. He applies melee weakness, which means enemies will take more damage next time if they get struck in melee combat. So multi-strike really makes this a bit more insane. And then for a defensive option. I do want to give one of my train stewards here spikes, and which goes well with the damage shield as well. And then I think one of them will try to get more into an aggressive direction. I really feel this is the first run I do where my train stewards are gonna be beasts. Like, really badass. Okay, I think I'm actually gonna go for the raffle here because we gain more armor. It makes it a bit more sustainable, I feel. So let's do that. Oh man, yeah, Covenant is interesting. It's a bit more challenging. So these guys have 60 health, these have 35. The boss has a lot. Do we want to have Heaven's Seal or not? I think we don't, because at the beginning, if we struggle to kill them at the beginning, we will really fall behind. Yeah, let's just do it like that. Okay, so here's the prince. And we can already start out with a steel worker, that's pretty fine. Yeah, let's go ham. Alright, now we just have to deal with this guy up here, essentially. Let's put a rail beater here. And actually the Awoken. And then we'll well, not purge, but play this one, so he's gone. Yeah, he'll escape, that's fine. Okay. Now here it might get a bit annoying, but we can actually get a second steel worker down here, because why wouldn't you want to have more armor, right? So he does kill this first guy, so we don't have to worry about him. If we cast heal on him, it will trigger his cultivate ability. Sting. We'll leave it for that. If we could just give him trample or something, that would make him insane, you know? Let's try and save our big guy over here. So both of these are gonna die, so I don't really need to interact here much. His damage is already so high. Incredible. Alright. I'm gonna play this now. Because the spikes are gonna enhance this even more. Damn. Now we do have that singular guy up there. I think we can just put him there. And then, yeah, these guys will already perish because of the freaking hell horn prince here. Jesus Christ, man. Look at that. 128 damage, 130 damage. Because now every time he gets hit, he gets more rage. So, damn, this is really working out well for me. Oh, imp in a box. So sad we cannot get this. Now, this is also an interesting one. Fragile. So fragile means if my unit loses health, it dies instantly, but it adds another multi-strike. So we can keep our prince at the back where he doesn't get damaged, but it is a bit of an iffy thing. Imp in a box doesn't really do as much, and Impish Scholar, he would return a consumed card, which we do not have. So, no, I think is the answer. On Umbra, I do like the draw 3+3 cards, and also Channel Song is pretty good on our on our deck, we can get maybe like a rail beater of plus 20 damage and plus 20 health, or one of our train stewards. So this gonna hit a lot of things, so that's nice. Divine boons gain 100 gold and 10 covenant. Okay. So here we have the choice: either get a free artifact and upgrades, or buy an artifact and purge a few things. I think this is better for us. Free artifact. Add a random imp unit to your hand. I really should have gone for an imp deck, I have the feeling here. Apply daze to an enemy unit when they enter the pyre room. Your pyre gets -5. So that basically means our pyre gets a free attack on the enemies when they reach the pyre room, but it's gonna be hitting a little bit less hard. I don't like both of these, to be honest. Because this is gonna clog up our deck quite hard, so we're not gonna get that for now. Let's see, we have another multi-striker. I think we're gonna put this on this dude here, so he has now 60 damage on him. That he's pretty much gonna get out for the most part. And then the guys with Spike, we're gonna just give him a bit more health. And then the last one of our train stewards, we're also gonna give him a bit more damage. Our gold is really melting away this run. So much things to upgrade, so much things to improve. Ah, this guy. Stealth is an annoying ability. Basically, for every stack of stealth somebody has, you cannot attack them. So every round they will lose a stack of stealth. And then they will attack again, and only if they lose all of them, you can attack them. So he's basically, I think he's gonna get like 8 or 10 free attacks on us when he spawns. So we have to be prepared for that. Now, these guys are annoying. When they die, they get +2 damage on everybody else. So we have to be prepared to sacrifice like an imp here, just so we can protect our prince. I'm gonna summon you up here together with the rail beater, so you can take care of the remnants of these guys here, essentially. Boom. I think all of these should perish. Yeah, they do. And oh, we get our lovely setup down here once more. Most excellent. I mean, it's working so far. There's a lot of train stewards here. The question is, do we want to summon them already somewhere or not? I don't think we don't. We do. I rather. So, oh, we might actually need to summon one of them because this guy is going to survive. So 60 damage. Is that going to be? I'm just going to summon this guy. Kill one of you. And then what else? Give him more damage. That might actually be enough to kill him. Yeah, it will. Oh, you also have melee weakness, so yeah, obviously. More enemies. I'm gonna move one of these. Just so they're not too annoying. Then kill one of you. Gonna add more damage to you. Most excellent. All right, so now we prepare for the final round here. A bit more healing and everything. Here he comes. So he has 8 stacks of stealth. which you can see he will actually kill us like that. So what I'm gonna try and do is gonna give him more armor and see if that works. Probably not. Yeah, doesn't look like it's gonna. That's unfortunate, but we're gonna at least get the stealth stacks off here. I hope. Five, four, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, there we go. So now he's not that dangerous anymore. Especially if we can maybe... Oh yeah, there we go. Good train steward right there. Some more damage. See, that's already 345 damage. I think we're gonna beat him. That melee weakness really working out well there. 104 health left. Ah, that's what I wanted here. Here comes the beefy train steward, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to hell. And we even have more of these guys here. I mean, look at that. You're never gonna get through these. Freaking damage shields are so effective against bosses. They really are. Dark Deal. I mean, yeah, let's get reinforced. I think we can get enough. Oh, the Wildwood Custodian. I love getting more freaking cards, so yes, please. Right. What do we do here? Oh, I think I know what we do here. We copy a card. We do copy... What do we copy? I have the feeling we want to copy Channel's Song, because that's such a strong card in our deck. Well, let's get that. I know it's an unimproved Channel Song, but yeah, there you go. Ooh, it's Fell. She's kind of annoying. She spawns a statue on every level. That is a really good, like a defensive wall. So that's gonna really be annoying. I wonder how much health it has. 70, so that's the same as in normal game. Which means I'm actually gonna start off on top here. Gonna start very conservatively here. Yeah, we're gonna start like that because we need to get rid of that freaking statue ASAP so we can start slaying the normal creatures. You know what I mean? Get a second steel, but you know what? I'm gonna get the custodian up here and then a steel worker here. Let's gamble on a train steward. Ah, it's the freaking fletchling imp. That's hilarious, actually. That's kind of hilarious. We're gonna summon him anyway. Why not? Okay, that statue's gone. Question it. Yeah, this statue we're probably also gonna get, but still, it's gonna be annoying here. So up here, I do want to kill this one if we can, but it looks like we're not gonna get that, unfortunately. Alright, let's put you in here. So the statue is gone. Oh, hold on. No, yeah, I'm gonna put this on you and then put a regenerate on you. Yeah, they're both gonna get swept away by our pyre, but still, it's annoying. Every damage on the pyre is a bit annoying, but yeah, there you go. Okay, so here we do not want to play any spells here because it's gonna improve him a lot. But here we can. So regeneration on you, and yeah, why not start putting train stewards down here, right? Getting rid of that statue. And then important work. Get more regeneration on him. Good. Okay. More stuff coming in. So now, okay, see, now here we can technically get him up to 40 armor, which I think is worth it. The rest of the floors will suffer a little bit, but I think it's worth it for him. Also, thanks to the armor up there, we didn't lose our card draw engine up there, which is also nice. Okay. Now that's a bit annoying because apparently the second one is not gonna die. But I do want to get him as low as possible. Let's put a sting on you. Then we put our endless dude down here together with the other train stewards. Yeah, our pyre will take some more damage, but it's fine. Cool. 110. Well, since we got some bonus pyre health anyway, it's not super critical, but still. Sometimes it's a bit annoying, stuff like that. Let's get rid of you. Start regenerating your health. Get more health in general. More damage for you. Alright, here comes Fel. 1290 damage. That's already more health. That's already more health than the final boss on the normal difficulty has, so yeah, we're gonna have to start beefing up our prints. Also, multi-strike really strong against damage shields because it can get them out quicker. But alright, already a bunch of life gone. Now here we come back with our endless one. Sting. More damage on you. It's another 130. Health off. She has 20 damage she does every time, right? Yeah, see, we're not quite getting there right now. That gets us a bit closer. $600? Oh god, yeah, she's gonna deal some pyre damage, isn't she? Ah, damn. Oh boy, is she gonna kill us? I don't think she is, but... oh, she might actually. Yeah. Damn, that's difficult. Oh well, okay, so it is quite difficult, I see that. Let's try again. I think I'm gonna try one more run and then I'm gonna make myself some dinner. So, you know what, we had so much fun with the imp deck last time, so let's go imp. And what else? What do we want with imps? I mean, there's a few things that work well with imps. The remnant can work kind of interestingly with imps because you can get them back with the primitive mold. Yeah, why not? Let's try that. Oh, okay, we already get a fun start here. That's already a fun start. Let's try and start tapping into some of these resources that we have here as well. Alright, we also get the Imp Parade thing over here already, which is exactly what I want. When a friendly unit dies, you get 5 gold, or when a tomb unit dies. So we don't have that many tomb units, so we're gonna get that for more money. I think we're gonna ignore this for now, because just money on itself is not gonna help us that much. Right, here are the nasty ones. Can already get -1. I mean, there's not much else we want to do here. Just waiting for more Queen's Implings. Then reform another Queen's Impling. There you go. That gives us access to the money. Ka-ching. And then, I mean, we can use it for the boss later on, but still, do this. Boom. More damage. Put a train steward up so we can kill these two without a problem. Excellent. 2 imps. Right up in your business. Get another one. But yeah, we'll definitely need implodate and stuff like that to make this deck work in the end. Otherwise, yeah. But you can see the freaking money that we get through dying imps is quite impressive. I'm actually gonna put a giraffe back here. He has burnout 1, meaning he will die after 1 turn, but he gets 20 damage in. Which is nice, you know. Also, more dying units. Yay! $70 health. I think we should be able to do that, right? Oh yeah, we are. Because, boom! Explosion! And we can still put a train steward here. Slap! Alright, good start. Oh, very good start. And molded, also very good. I love it. That's a good start so far. Very lovely. Let's go with more of you. Not really what we want. Let's see what we get here. So either Perch Stone or Twin Stone upgrades a spell to gain Spell Chain. What is that? When played, a copy of this card will be added to your hands. Wow, okay, but the copy costs +1 against Purge. So you just get an additional one that you can then play for a bit more. I mean, it's an interesting one, honestly, but so far we do not have too much that is worth it, honestly. I mean, the impressive, we're gonna put that like this, so bam, 100 damage when we sacrifice an imp. Actually, would that be something worth it? You know, 100 damage and then another 100 damage, but... Ah, it takes a slot, see? So we cannot even do it. Alright, fine. If the game doesn't want me to use these options, then I won't. Spikes shouldn't really matter to us. Alright, ugh, that's actually not a cool start, honestly. That is absolutely a miserable start. Because they will... Yeah, we'll just have to, yeah. Hope for a molting imp. Nope. Okay. We can do it like that as well, it doesn't matter. There you go. I mean, look, if the game doesn't want to give me my imp, then that's fine. Hey, there you go. That's what we want. Here's already the boss. Alright, and then we get one Queen's Impling back for more damage. Also, if you remold them, they get a bit stronger as well, which is kind of cool, because it gives you the side effects of actually having very strong imps every once in a while. It's kind of weird, but there you go. He's actually gonna really mess us up, but... BAM! Damage! Then... this, and then that will solve it. Yay! Alright, we got that one. Phew, these hasters sometimes really put pressure on you, don't they? Another welder imp. Ooh, I do like the entombed explosive. I wonder if we... oh, if we could get that on one of our imps, you know, fuse one of our imps with that. That would be hilarious. I'm gonna try that. Okay, let's... yeah, we're gonna go over here to the units. That's fine. Let's see. So, I want this. So, sacrifice. Essence. Extinguish. Deal 50 damage to the front enemy unit. Yes. We're gonna put that together with one of the Queen's Implings. So basically they come in, deal 10 damage, and then they go out with another 50 damage, right? Oh, that's pretty cool. Seek Stone, Intrinsic, starts in your opening. Oh, that's an interesting upgrade as well, but I think we'll leave it for now. Right, do we have anything we want to upgrade here? Not really. If we get a quick, then putting them on to one of these drafts would be interesting, but so far, not really. Random event, the Historian. Oh, if we can get Endless on that one imp, and you know which one I mean. I mean, that will be funny as hell. Oh, here we go. It's Talos again. So now, see, we have threat level medium, so this is gonna make this already quite difficult, I have the feeling. We should have maybe made that imp intrinsic. Oh, it's not the one. I just wanted to say that would have been hilarious if it was the one already, but no. Know what? Why not? Just protect the queen. Right. There it is. But I do want this to be endless. That would be the best thing. Although I can just reform it with the primitive mold, of course. I forgot. I can totally do that. So, yeah, this guy's gonna die. That's such a good card. I love that. Alright, so here on the top, we can just... yeah, these will just be dealt with. Now we get our awesome imp back. Oh, I should have done this on another... well, never mind. He's gonna die to that. Down here, we're just gonna spam some more imps. And this guy is just gonna die to the fire because he doesn't have any attack. Oh, man. That one card, that just blows my mind right now. That's a great freaking card. I wasn't aware that you're allowed to just combine things like that, because that's silly. Like, extremely silly. Okay. Ah, it's not that one. Oh well. You're gonna die. And then... y'all gonna die. Well, not quite, but almost. I'm gonna sacrifice you to kill that guy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The problem, of course, is the more imps we get into our graveyard, the more difficult it is to actually get the one imp back. Unless, of course, we can just choose him. Like that. The thing, of course, is he's already so strong that he's soon not gonna die from the attacks. But hey, there you go. It is how it is. What can we do here? Not much, really. I mean, I can get... Ah, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, well. 10 damage on you. Bummer. So, the cool thing is, now, our imp up here, the one with the special ability, he's gonna die because of burnout. So, okay, let's play this imp down here, and then a multi-striker. Armor him up, and that's gonna deal already a bit of damage, that's fine. Boom. Alright. Next. Oh, if we randomly get our Uber Imp here. Ah, too bad. Oh well. Now let's do this. Then sacrifice him for 100 damage. Up here, we're gonna do that. Then I'm just gonna put this guy in so we can defeat both of them, so we don't get any more pyre damage. Excellent. 300 more damage, Jesus Christ. Okay, we can place 2 more imps. We are very good with dealing with opponents, you know, with freaking small creatures, but against bosses we have a bit of a problem, it seems. I think right now the biggest problem is because we don't get our payoff cards in a reliable fashion. I think we already lost this run, haven't we? No, we might not have. Okay, we did. Damn. Crazy. I see, but this is interesting. So, Covenant is really freaking difficult. But I do like that. I do like the challenge, because the normal runs are really easy at this point, because I've played it already a bunch. But now, with Covenants... that means I now have a bit more of a challenge which I can face. I love that. So yeah, you know what? I'm actually gonna quit it for today. That was pretty fun. That we tried a bit of the Covenant. Now I do have a like an inkling how this is gonna go. So I'm probably gonna stream some more in the next few days because I really love this game. So if you want to join me, you're very welcome. If you watched, thank you very much. If you watch this later on the YouTube, thank you as well. If you're very interested in the game and you watch this on YouTube, leave me a comment if you want me to go a bit more over the game and the different things in the game. If you know, like explain videos for certain things. If you want that, just let me know. So guys, thank you so much for watching the stream. Thank you for watching the video. I'll see you next time. Take care.